see everybody. What? How you doing? You don't usually come to this one.
No, I thought it.
Okay, good to
You
see you.
didn't say. I didn't want to miss.
All right, well, I appreciate you guys all coming here. I just want to mention a couple things, Brent, how you doing? Just want to mention a couple things I thought that are always important. The first one is, maybe, I don't know, it's been about 10 days. You're in trouble. How you doing, Dan?
Good, Harry.
I was just going to say, it's been maybe 10 days or so. You know, we had Mackie McPherson and Sammy Rogers get the academic award for the second time, and that's a pretty big deal, you know. And our academic all district, and then Riley Dixon got it for the first time. You know, we're always quick to praise our kids for making great catches and doing all those things. And you know, from behind the scenes, we always talk about what's most important. And these guys have always done a great job with that, leading the way. Then obviously the other side is Darrell Eskridge, Cam Lynch getting the ACC defensive awards this past game. And then the last thing moving forward was just, I'm sure you guys are the same way. We got Thanksgiving coming in a couple days here, and I think it's always important to think about what you're thankful for. And I'm really thankful for these kids I coach, but most importantly, these seniors that have put so much into this program. Many of them were here right at the beginning when I first got here for that first year when we went out and recruited, and just a great group of kids. And they're very, as I've mentioned a lot in the past, they're really a group of high character young men that are going to do really well, and they're going to go out and represent Syracuse extremely well with their degrees, as well as, there's one of them right there, as well as, looking back on their careers and saying they played some good football and help Syracuse get back to where we're respectable. So anyway, I just want to start out that way. And now with that, long-winded, whatever, questions you guys might have.
Any questions for Coach Brent?
Right.
Scott, I know you said on Saturday you don't like to use injuries as an excuse, and
Yeah.
you put them on the soft, but
Yeah.
you've had to make a lot of injury adjustments,
Yeah.
going forward here. Can you just kind of tell us how you're doing that? And,
Yeah, I look at the game. I look at that as part of the game. I really do. It's everywhere I've been. Everywhere, every year. This is the one sport out there where you have to say we're going to have to weather the injury deal, and then you have to adjust the elements, and you have to try to be creative. You have to do two things, I think. Try to find guys that get the next opportunity or the next shot. Give them that opportunity, and then also be creative with, hey, let's flip this guy over to the other side of the ball if we have to. Darrell Eskridge did not make the play, but he almost made a great play, back to the end zone. Alvin Cornelius, he was the next man up. He got the opportunity to go deep, and he got horizontal, made an unbelievable play. Michael Lasker had a chance to come in the game. He did some good things. He struggled with some other things, but that's part of that fight. It's his first game of the season, really, where he's out there a bunch. So I think to answer your question is you adjust to the elements, you try to put kids in a position to help the team make plays, and you also try to be smart about not asking kids to do things that they maybe aren't ready to do, and you have to stay within your element. And sometimes it's not what you scripted prior to the season, whether it's offense or defense, but you say let's adjust to who we are playing right now and where they are in their developmental phases of playing the game. So that's kind of the way I look at those types of things.
Scott,
Danny?
Darrell Eskridge, you brought him up.
Yeah.
What you take from him so far this season? Obviously, he was asked to step up a lot more than what he had to do last year in rotation, and just where you see him right now as far as the leadership that you brought up.
Yeah, well, I think Darrell's a young man. He's near and dear to my heart. Recruited him out of Miami, and NCAA made him sit his first year. He was one of just a handful because they stated he attended too many schools or something, and it really bothered me. So from day one, Darrell and I said we got a goal. Number one, we're going to graduate. We're going to graduate on time. Number two, we're going to play as good a football as we can, and then we're going to give the Liberty City a springboard to want to go to Syracuse because of what he was going to do. And that's kind of a lot to put on a plate of a young man, but he was all for it, you know. So then we moved forward. He did a good job fighting a good fight academically. He's doing a great job in school right now, and that's helped him become a better player. He said it to me yesterday at practice. He goes, "Man, Coach, remember when I first got here and I had no clue what you were talking about in the secondary room?" And we laughed about it because they kind of just put him in and said, "Hey, just, you know, stay back there and when you see the ball, go get it," you know. And that's how it was. So to see him progress and become a student of the game is what I'm most impressed with. He started out the year, he had a lot of ups and downs and all arounds, but he's progressed to be a very good safety. And we got him for 2 more seasons after this, so I'm really excited about his development, especially off the field with his academics. He's doing a great job, and he'll be a very good football player before all is said and done.
Coach, we know what's on the line Saturday, and you mentioned obviously senior day too. How important is it to get that stadium filled up for the kids to play in front of a big crowd? I don't know what that's like, kind of how they feel that energy or not, or.
I think it's something that it helps. It helps a lot. For me, when we don't have the dome as full as we would like it to be, I'm disappointed in myself because I really want this to be a community effort and community pride in what we're trying to do here. But I also know that that's a process and they want more wins. And so I'm more disappointed because of my goals. And I want it to be bigger, more than just about us as a team. But I started out, I signed a scholarship to Ohio University, Division I. Thought it was a big deal, you know, a kid growing up. And then I can remember 3 things. I'm at Ohio University, standing on the sideline watching the game and saying it's the same game I played in high school and in junior high. Fast forward, I had a couple knee injuries. I transferred to a smaller school and I played and I said it's the same game. Fast forward a little bit further ahead. My first collegiate game as a coach, we play at Notre Dame. Lou Holtz across from us. I'm just a little G. I got yelled at before the game. Yeah, you don't be back on your side of the field in warm-ups. And about midway through maybe the first or second quarter, look around, I said, it's the same game. And then you say, in the backyard when I was playing, with Mike Melnick, Mike Hammer, Eddie Hoja, Joey Loft, some of my boyhood friends that we would play every chance we got, it was the same game. So for the football player, if we recruit the right ones, the passion just to play across from the guy that you're lined up against, it doesn't change. And I always tell the kids, control the controllables. And let's not worry about the things we can't control. Can we control the crowd? Yeah, down the road, but maybe not tomorrow or the next day. So let's just try to play the best football we can and understand if we take that approach, we will continue to increase the fan base and make them proud of what we're putting on the field.
Chris?
Long-winded today.
Scott, look, with all the moving pieces, I don't think anybody expected you guys to be an offensive juggernaut this year. But I think it's also been maybe more of a struggle than you guys anticipated. What are the couple things that have maybe not gone as well as you would like?
I don't look at it that way, Chris. I always anticipate the struggle. You never know. You never know. We went into a season many years ago where we didn't know who our running back was going to be. And his name ended up being Michael Turner. You know what I mean? Ran a wing T offense and ran sideways all the time. And he became one of the better downhill players to play in the last 10 years. You just never know. You never know. And that's the part that's exciting about it as a coach. And one thing, I've said this many times, the one thing you do know as a college football coach, the one thing that's 100% true is you never know. So bring it on. Here we go. You know, oh gosh, this guy's hurt. Another story, a kid named Randy Drew from Wisconsin, played for me in Northern Illinois. I talked him into going as a walk-on there, and he comes out, and we have 1 injury. Then we have an academic casualty, and then this. We're playing Northwestern. And he practices his buns off, and he gets ready for the season, right? I'm thinking I'm out of corners. I'm in there talking to Coach Novak about we better just play cover 3 and stay on top. Yeah, but you love to play bump and run. You like this. I'm like, Coach, I just don't know who's Randy Drew's looking pretty good. short, Randy Drew's practicing jersey number 98, because he was a walk-on, and that's what we gave him. He comes up to me before the game on like a Thursday and says, "Hey, coach, is there any way I can change my number? Because I'm afraid they're gonna see me as 98 and just go deep every play. Not that I'm not confident that I get the job done." See what I'm saying? So I look at it as every opportunity for a season's gonna be different than you thought. You can't script it out. People always say, preseason, what's your expectations on wins and losses? I don't know. You know? I think maybe we can get these. I'm not gonna do that. Because then I'm not practicing what I preach. And the kids will say, well, coach is talking that way. It's not what he's telling us to think about. So I try to stay consistent with them. You know, have a plan, work the plan, stay with it, and control the things you can, and don't overthink it. Don't overthink it, that's for me.
What do you think kind of the couple's biggest struggles you guys have had in offense has been?
Well, production-wise, we need to do a better job in the passing game. There are a ton of elements that are, you know, all things you already know. You know, we got to keep getting better in that area. It starts with personnel, coaching, consistency. You know, personnel.
Hey, how did you do it?
Great, he was all conference, played for the 49ers for a little bit. We gave him a scholarship, right?